What's going on, everybody? Welcome to After Prison Show. And hey, doggies, what is going on? Sorry I can't stay long. I got things to do, and dogs are doing good. They're living their best life. All right, so today we get another update, and we get a chance to see somebody who we haven't seen in a little bit. We saw this person probably last maybe a month and a half ago, and it's going to be good to catch up with none other than Darnell Phillips. Darnell is a man who served a lot of time, I believe 27 years in prison for a crime that he did not commit. He is still in the process of trying to get fully exonerated. Not sure what the status is with that. Maybe we'll get a chance to ask him about that. But I've said this every time that we've done a video with Darnell, to think of having 27 years of your life taken away from you and to still be such a positive, super positive person. Like, this is one of the most powerful people who I've ever had the opportunity of featuring here on After Prison Show. And it has been an absolute honor, not only being able to share Darnell's story, but also just to know this man, to see the things that he's doing out here in the world after prison, his pressure washing business. He is, and so much more. I don't want to say too much because I want to let him share these things, and also something else very big that he's currently working on and that he wants to share with all of us. So I'm getting ready to go meet up with Darnell right now. We're going to get an update with him, see how he's been doing, see what's new with him, and hopefully this is going to be something that you guys enjoy. So let's go see Darnell, an awesome, positive, one of the most positive people, living the best life that they possibly can and having so much ambition and drive to do even more after 27 years in prison. All right. Darnell, what's going on with you, man?
Hey, hello APS family. Hello, Joe. It's good to be back here today. There are a lot of updates. I had finally, after all these years waiting, I got my pastoral license. And so I'm waiting till the coronavirus calms down. And so I'm going to be looking for a building, whether I got to rent that building or whether I got to lease it. I'm going to get that building so I can form a teaching business center. That's one of my dreams. So I've been pursuing that. I'm on the cusp of getting my exoneration. Like I said, the coronavirus slowed things down. But nevertheless, my team is still working. And the laws to which I have recently helped to get passed, we're going to put it in under that writ of action innocence. And so, you know, like I say, things are looking good for me. I'm up here today because I'm starting a female empowerment line, starting with t-shirts first, called Black Chick Apparel. It sounds like it's an ethnic brand, but it's not. Ethnic brand is not. It's a brand dealing with women empowerment. Black meaning without limits, without boundaries, BLAC, not BLACK. Without limits, without boundaries, without restrictions, and chic, which really pronounced chic, which is elegance, fashionable, stylish. And so what I want to do is I want to just show you what I've been doing lately, and hopefully, perhaps, like I say, gain some support. Every t-shirt to which I sell will be dollar donated to women empowerment groups. And so I just appreciate you allowing me to come on today, Joe. And I thank you, APS family. It's always good and always a pleasure.
Darnell, you just gave us a boatload of information right there. So we're going to slow this down a bit and definitely break down everything that you've just mentioned. First of all, major respect to you for all of these things that you're doing. I had filmed a little bit of an intro prior to coming over here, and one of the things that I had said, I think the most important thing that I've said is, you know, for a man who served as much time as you have, 27 years, right? Mm-hmm.
Yes.
For a crime that you didn't commit, to come out here and just be one of the most positive people I've ever met, one of the most driven people I've ever met as well, is a real testament to your character and who you are. You're really close to getting this full exoneration. Coronavirus has definitely, put a damper in a lot of things going on. I'm trying to get my rights restored, and coronavirus definitely ain't making that easy. You can't get into DMV right now. So, you can definitely tell that because of this pandemic, things are just moving a lot slower. But hopefully sooner than later, that that's going to be a bridge that you're going to be able to cross. And I know that's going to be a major milestone for you right there.
Yes, it is, man, because That's the only thing I've been waiting for. Just like I said, the full exoneration, one, to just gain my name back, but I'm not just waiting for them to give me that just to flourish. I figure like this. I know I'm innocent, so me personally, I'm gonna take this opportunity, to just step out and do some of the things that I desired to do prior to being locked up. I wanted a little fashion line before I was incarcerated, So now it's like me having this fresh breath of opportunities coming my way. I'm just looking forward to put it out there, right? Every dream that's been in my mind, I'm looking to manifest it, right? Of course, like I said, things have been slow. I'm looking to get my rights restored as well, even before I look for exoneration, right? That's looking good as well. But at this particular juncture, I'm just gonna step forward in what I can. Okay, I let what the coronavirus is hindering, let it hinder. But it's not gonna slow me down from doing what I know to do, and that is to put forth all my energy and effort. That's what I'm doing.
You mentioned getting your pastor's license.
Yes, sir.
This is a big thing that you've wanted to be able to do. You've wanted to be able to preach and to help guys. And you mentioned this training center, this educational program, and being able to try to help guys who are coming home from prison. That's something that you want to do. I'm doing the real estate. Maybe I can help you try to find a building.
Oh, wow.
I'd love to see you really do this because you're such a powerful voice, and I think just your personality in general, it just really resonates with people. So I know that, people could take a lot of heed to the things that you could share with them and be able to educate them on in relation to coming home and trying to reestablish yourself out here in the free world.
The teaching training center, it's going to be faith-based pretty much. I like to merge my faith in business. Because to me, like I said, I know it's not a preaching time, right? But all the men in scripture, for real, they were men of faith and men of business, right? And I know that God gives us the ability to get wealth. And so I believed in that because I wanted to be so that young men who are in the street, and like I said, I taught gang members while I was incarcerated, 21 and under. Men who are in the street, men are coming out of drug addicted situations. When they come out, it's kind of hard for guys if they've been making $5,000 or $10,000 a day, or even possibly more, just to bring them over to a church and you not teach them about business. Because it's a new way of thinking, a new way of training their mind. So what I want to do, I want to teach them about both so they can feel comfortable. Look, I'm learning a new lifestyle, right? And so it'll be more of an option for them rather than just coming over and abandoning everything and they're not being able to support themselves. And so that's why I'm stepping out in a lot of areas of business, because I want to be the first role model for them, as much as I can. I'm not where I want to be at, but as much as I can show you, look, this is how you get something trademarked. This is how you get your business license. This is how you pretty much start an LLC. I just want to be that pivotal figure that they can say, okay, he's doing it. He's not just talking to me about it, he's doing it. And I'm teaching them how not only to, like I said, just make money, but to, utilize their faith. It's a big time these days. People need a faith, they need to hold on. So I just want to be able to be another option for them. And it's like I said, it doesn't have to just be guys coming out of prison or women coming out of prison. People out here in the free world, a lot of times I meet people, they're actually in a mental prison, And so people who are in such a state of mind and condition, they need someone to really show them the way, right? And as much as possible, I'm willing to do that. I know there are a lot of other options out here for people, but I just want to do my part. Just like you're doing your part, you're doing a great part. You, like I said, you're benefiting guys, you're giving us a platform, and in your own personal life, you're reaching out to people. Well, to me, that's a role model to me. That's why it's a pleasure to always communicate with you, and anytime I get a chance to get before you in APS family to just share that.
I greatly appreciate it, Darnell, and I was just saying the same thing prior to getting with you, just how much of an honor it's been to not only be able to feature you and your story here on After Prison Show, but to get a chance to know you and to see, again, something I've said multiple times already, just how positive you are after such a negative situation that you've come out of yourself. And we're going to jump around a little bit because, again, we've talked about a bunch of things. We're going to touch on all of these things, but how's pressure washing? Is that something you're still doing?
Well, I had slowed down a little bit on it because, like I say, during the pandemic, people would still call. But I'm gonna tell you something, right? Because, like I said, I take care of my mother. My mother, she has my siblings and I, right? My mother, she's first stage dementia, and so her system is a little vulnerable, right? And so me personally, be honest with you, I had saved up enough money during my times. Business was great after the APS show. Business was great for me, right? And so I was able to save up enough money to live, to be able to do a lot of things, I worked hard because business was coming left and right. I can tell you, people call from out of state. I'm like, look, I'm in Virginia. They say, well, you consider, but it's just because they wanted to assist me, right?
Right.
And I appreciate that love. But I had slowed down on, like I said, the pressure washing and the car washing. Now that's kicking back up, right? But one of my friends, he had ended up getting the coronavirus. He's in the same business, and he hadn't been out a lot. But he said he believes it's because, well, like one of the clients didn't tell him something about that car, right? And I said, well, you know what? I said I don't want to risk that, right? Because sometimes you get into the interior, you don't know who's been coughing, who's been doing what in their car, and sometimes people neglect to tell you. So I had slowed down off of that. That's about to kick back up more so because, like I said, I got some customers next week. But that's just. I've been doing that business like that, right? Just slow down a little bit.
You got to be safe. I mean, right now is not time to be playing around. And this is a very serious situation that the world is dealing with. Moving on, let's go on to the clothing brand.
Okay.
You had reached out to me to talk to me about this a couple of weeks ago. I saw some posts from you on Instagram where you began posting this logo for Black Chick Apparel. Mm-hmm. And talk to us about how this whole idea came about.
Well, I still communicate with a lot of men in prison, and one of my buddies, right? We used to teach classes together at the prison, and so he said, you know what, Darnell? He said, you know how we used to talk about doing like clothing brands and coming out, and he said, I want to join you for ministry and all those things. He said, well, you know what? Let's start a logo. He said, let's start chopping up and just kind of come up with some names. And so, believe it or not, he had came up with the logo came to him in a dream. That's for real, right? Might sound spooky, right? But it's for real. It came up to him in a dream, My buddy Alfonso Bailey, good guy, man. He's like a brother to me. And so I had given him some ideas. We pitched a few things around, and so he's an artist. Actually, the guy is so good that I think it was Marvel Comics wanted him prior to him being incarcerated. Wow. So he had a lot of opportunities. Dude, he used to box and everything else. So he said, let's put this thing together, man. He said, let's just do something together, man. He said, because I don't want to be lazy. He said, and I don't want this situation to put a hamper on what I do. I said, so look, man, we'll put together these ideas, and I will be the legs as well, and, be like I say, a think tank. And so here we are. We came up with Black Chick Apparel.
Now, you had mentioned to me prior to us beginning filming how important women have been throughout not only your life, but your prison journey as well.
Yes. For me, even though I had a lot of guy friends, many people can attest, right? A lot of times family will forsake you while you're incarcerated. Friends will forsake you. For whatever reason, they leave off. Of course, I know people got to go on with their life. But with me, the people who have grown with me, who have invested, who have contributed towards my life while I was behind bars and my freedom have all been women. My whole legal team, they were all women from UVA Innocence Project. The people have stuck by me. My fiance, who's in the room now, Michelle Ruffin, she, a woman, female, encouraged me anytime turn downs, or anytime, court appeals, they didn't go through. Even when I exhausted remedy, she would tell me, look, don't worry about it. So it was a soothing female voice and their company that helped me get through those things. Even with me coming out now, provided, the person, they were wrong in choosing me out. But nevertheless, they had the strength to come forth and say, look, the wrong man's incarcerated. That was a woman. And so I stand right here with God using a lot of women in my life to make sure I am where I am. Even with my ministry license, what's crazy, that was a female. So if the footprint and the fingerprints and the evidence of women's power is not in that, I don't know what it is, man. And so me, I'm like I say, I'm obliged, man, to just thank women for all the powerful impact that they've had in my life,
And you mentioned that a portion of the proceeds is going to go toward some sort of foundation. I can't remember where you're going to do it.
Yeah, well, what I'm looking for now is I'm seeking out, because I want it to be the right group that really don't have a lot of help, but any type of woman empowerment group, whether it be local, whether it be national. Every I guess $1 from every proceed of every shirt that is purchased, it's going to go towards those groups.
You've got like women's battered shelters here locally, so that's one thing that maybe you could consider.
Right.
So yeah, I'm sure it wouldn't be any problem to try to find where to donate those proceeds to.
Right.
Another thing that we had talked about was your fiance is actually wearing one of the shirts.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to get a chance to see that in just a little bit. But you're getting the shirts printed locally. And when I say locally, I just mean out here yourself.
Right.
Whereas what I mentioned to you was, a lot of people who do merchandise and do shirts and designs, there's now websites that you're able to use that streamline this entire process and make it very simple for you, where all you have to do is upload the image and they'll take care of shipping, they'll take care of actually printing the merchandise, and it's a very good thing to consider.
Right.
Whether you do decide to do that or not, it's an option for you. But one thing that you had mentioned with the shirts that you're getting right now, the guy that's actually printing the shirts for you is somebody that you know from being incarcerated as well.
Yeah, a brother, one of the Muslim guys I was incarcerated with in 2008. I had just for some, like I said, just one of the gentlemen I had contacted him. I asked him, I said, well, where are you getting your shirts printed? Because he lives in Norfolk. We were in the reentry program together. He said, man, I have just a guy. And so the gentleman's name is Aziz. And I said, well, Aziz, that sounds familiar. And so the gentleman, he said, I'm going to give him your number. The gentleman called me. And I said, man, you sound familiar. He said, you do too, brother. And he said, my name is Aziz. I said, well, you ever at Green Rock? He said, yeah. I said, you little short guy, right? He said, yeah, it's me. He said, I said, with little gray strands of hair. He said, yeah, that's me, man. I said, good. So by me being incarcerated with the guy, right? Like I said, I believe in the whole after prison show. I believe in the aspect of assisting brothers who are just coming out here who are trying to get their roots, really deeply rooted. And so I said, well, look, you know what? I said, I'm going to give you a shot, man. I said, I'm going to give you a shot. I said, I'd like to have like 100 T-shirts printed. And so we've been going back and forth with that, seeing what type of shirts we want. I said, I want quality. I want when they're washed. I want them, they won't shrink or whatever, and I don't want everything to peel off of it. And so, yeah, I'm just working with guys, man, who have been incarcerated, and I will look into what you had told me about before, Teesprings. I look forward to that, right?
Yeah.
That'll be a whole lot easier.
It will be. So that's definitely an option for you as well. With the fact that you mentioned helping guys and trying to work with guys, and
Yes.
that being something that After Prison Show tries to do as well, I want to go back to your pressure washing business.
Yes.
Have you ever tried to put any guys to work or considered having guys work for you? Darnell, you've got all of the stuff. You could be the boss and just have guys who do the work for you. You might not make as much money as you were making doing the work yourself,
Right.
but you won't have to do the work yourself. And I don't want to make it sound like you've got other guys doing all of the work, but that's what it is when you own a business.
Right.
You've got people who work for you, who take care of the work, and that could leave you the time to go out there and hunt out more work. Maybe
Right.
end up with 2 vans.
Right.
And, really build an empire with that. But have you ever, I guess I kind of got a little long-winded with that. Have you tried to put anybody else to work doing the pressure washing?
I had pretty much on the table. I did that. I did it, like I said, because just getting the assistance. My fiance, right, because she's a hard worker, right. So I did that, and so now like I said, I'm gonna come out again, right. I'm redoing everything. You know what I mean? And so yeah, I'm considering that too as well, because I want to build an empire like that. And I'm like I said, considering a lot of guys just joining that business, when they come out. That's what I'm considering, actually, right? Because now they're not going through reentry. Guys actually just coming straight out after a certain amount of days, like 35 days, so they don't get a chance to go through reentry, right? But I'm in enough communication with that so that when they do come out, I can throw some work their way.
That's news to me that guys are not going through reentry. Is that because of Corona? Is that the situation?
No, I think they just kind of disbanded that program.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, they don't have that anymore. But the guys I have been talking to, right? I asked them. I said, well, if you're not going through reentry, what are you, doing? They said, well, probably more than likely about 35 days, we'll exit the place. I said, wow, man. I said, so you don't get a chance to, like I said, get all the stuff for your IDs and all those other things. They said sometimes we do, sometimes we don't.
Is this guys who are making parole, or is this guys who are just...
These guys are making parole.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, these guys are making parole. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Some of them been locked up 25 years, some of them 30 years, so, and like I said, they're still in good health or whatever, right? But like I said, it can leave them kind of disoriented, because you got to think about it. The reentry is to prep you to come out here, right? And give you a little bit exposure, right? It won't give it all to you, but it gives you a little bit of exposure to understand where you're going at, what you're going to be facing. And so now sometimes guys are almost like going out there cold turkey, experiencing it. Now, provided they're making it, but like I said, some guys told me, man, it's kind of a little difficult, a little scary, So like I said, the only thing I can do is comfort them, whatever, if I can kick them a few dollars or whatever, I'll do that,
And not all guys are making it. There's,
Yeah, I know it.
A lot of people are failing out here, and it's, it is tough. Just to refresh, not only my memory, but maybe the memory of the viewers as well, your situation was totally different, because you didn't get parole. I guess you did get parole, right?
Yeah, I got parole.
But did you have to go through the reentry?
Yeah. They kept telling me that they were going to cut it short right now. I don't know if I was supposed to be exposing this, but they were going to do it because I was released based on innocence.
Right. That's
right? And so, but it still went through channel of parole. And so even right now, I'm not on parole. Right? Okay, they removed that off of me. They removed that off of me probably about 3-4 months ago. And so that's a blessing. I can go where I want to go and do how I want to do, but it's not like the full exoneration. And like I said, this present time, it'll do. I just need my rights restored, because I wanted to vote this time, So perhaps when that time, like I said, perhaps I'll get my rights back restored before then,
Well, I guess the reason I mentioned you going through reentry, do you feel like reentry at all prepped you and helped you prepare for coming out here, or was it a lot more than reentry could have ever prepared you for? No,
not really. I'm gonna be honest with you. To me personally, the programs might help some people. It didn't really help me, because I was on my own reentry program the whole time I was incarcerated. I studied books. I want to study business. I want to study ministry. I wanted to study computers. I wanted to delve in many things, because I don't trust the institutions. I'm gonna be honest with you, right? I don't trust them to give me all that I need, right? And I don't like to be spoon-fed, and so I don't really trust it. So I feel like you know what I mean when I say that.
Oh, I know.
I just feel like a guy coming out here has to already have a plan in place in his mind, put it down on paper, crystallize it, right, and come out here and do his best, to go ahead on and execute it. Like one of the young dudes I talk to now, name is Chris Shivers, good dude. He's out now. Let's take for instance, he's been out about 3 months, but already, he has his LLC, pet grooming, like he got his pet grooming license. He got it while he was incarcerated. And I was sharing with him, even though he's doing landscaping now, that is only, like I say, a stepping stone for him to get to where he really want to do, because he really want to train pets. He's good at it. He went to they sent him to Haynesville to start the program from Greensville. So the dude was excellent young dude.
What was the program called?
It's like a
pups or something like that.
Something like that.
And they train the dogs to help either people dealing with PTSD or service animals is what they're making. Yeah. And he's trying to do pet grooming out here and training. I remember you had mentioned that the last time that we seen you. Yeah. That's pretty interesting, right there.
Finally, he got that LLC. He said, well, man, I don't really have all the money. I said, look, brother, you know what? I said, by you getting that done and branding and LLC, I said, that stays in your family, man. You can start a legacy from there. Because you want to make sure that your legacy, of course, is to outlive you. But I said, but it can be lucrative for you and your whole family. That's a game changer, you know what I mean? Because it's a product of your own mind, your own ideas. It's good. Nothing wrong with working for someone. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm saying for him, you coming out, I said, it might be a little struggle for you to get Social Security and all that stuff. I said, so it'll probably be best for you to go ahead on, start something. I said, you're young enough to go ahead on, start it and push it. So push it. So somebody donated a van to him.
Wow.
I mean, it's hard for him to get his license now because, you know, like I said, you know, that coronavirus, it slowed a lot of stuff down.
DMV, like we mentioned.
Yep, he lives in like Warsaw, Virginia. So he's from New Jersey, but so he like deep in the country. But somebody donated a van to him. I said, look at that, man. You take a couple of steps. No telling who will help you, man. Just people have to see you in motion, man. I said, step out. Don't be fearful of that. And so I'm proud to say, hey, this brother got it going on. You know, he got it going on. Yeah.
Put him in contact with me, Darnell.
I will.
Let's see if I can talk with him. I'll go up there and see him and see, because I've never met anybody who, one, was doing the dog program, and then two, who is coming out here trying to do dog grooming as well. So I think that would be a really interesting thing.
Right.
I don't want to make this super long. I wanted to get a chance to get this update with you. There's a lot of things that are going on with you. There's always a lot of things that are going on with you. And the one thing about that is there are always positive things that are going on. With the Black Chick apparel line, this is something that you're just starting off. You've got it on your Instagram. You know, is there anywhere where people can go find this? Should they go to your Instagram? Like, where should they go if they want to be able to support this and to support you?
Well, on Instagram, you can go to Black Chick Apparel. That is spelled, it'll come up there, BLACCHICAPPAREL, Black Chick Apparel. And it'll have a certain logo, all right, which would, of course, will show that. And you can Gmail me at Black Chick Apparel, BLACCHICAPPAREL 100@gmail.com.
And I'm going to actually include that information on this video so people can be able to find that really easy. Darnell, this is something that you're just starting. You've got the first t-shirt right here on your fiance. More t-shirts are coming.
Yes, sir.
Opportunities for where you could get more t-shirts easier if you need to do that. You know, what is your goal with starting this? What are you hoping to accomplish with this apparel line?
Man, I'm hoping to not only start a legacy, you know, for myself and family, but to help people along the way, like I said, females, you know, the very important portion of my life. And to really just show some guys who are getting out after prison that you can do what's in your mind to do. And you don't have to let your past dictate your future, but rather you can use your past as a springboard into your future. And so that's what I want to do. Like I said, I just want to be an example. That's it. Be an example, you know, and make money along the way. That's fine, because like I said, it'd be beautiful not to have to depend on any other type of groups to, I guess, you know, build a little center or whatever, to be able to pay for that thing all the way through, right? So that way you don't got to worry about anyone taking it. And it'll be for guys coming out, people who are out here, and we know we can build. Like I say, house dreams, you know? And like I said, I'm quite sure, like I say, you know, you guys, you know, you can send there, and we can do some things out here, man, because there's a lot of people out here who's been formerly incarcerated, and they need our help, you know?
You always fill me with a lot of ambition and hope and ideas as well. You got my wheels spinning right now. So there's some things that, you know, I'll talk with you about after we get done filming this. And I'd love to see just the sky be the limit for you,
yes,
and
sir,
for everything that you're trying to do, especially when you talk so powerfully and so positively about wanting to give back and help other people who are coming home. Like we had talked about, reentry can only do what reentry is going to do, and there's no way in hell they can prepare you for what this world is really going to be, especially nowadays with how crazy everything is. Darnell, let's show this apparel that you guys have created. Your fiance is rocking this right now. We're going to include these links where people can find this. And who knows, maybe we can even get a chance to interview your fiance one day and talk about what it was like for her throughout all the time that she rode with you, because I know that had to be a journey for her as well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Here she is, as always.
I have to stand up for you so you can see this whole shirt. Hello, APS family.
Hello to you.
Michelle.
Pleasure to meet you for the first time on camera.
Thank you. I'm Darnell's fiance. Thank you.
Well, it's always a pleasure to see you. And look at the shirt. This is a really awesome design right here on the front. It says Black Chick Apparel. You've even got the face mask on as well.
Got the face mask.
So one thing about these shirts that I really like is the fact that even on the side, on the arm, you guys have the logo going on as well. So really cool right there. And let's see the back of this.
See the back?
It says beauty, strength, grace, and a check mark that says all of the above. Really awesome. Darnell, super positive thing that you guys are doing right there. I want to see this thing take off for you. I know you're really excited about this, as you are about so many of the other things that you're doing. And again, as always, a real pleasure to get a chance to sit down with you, get an update, and just have you rocking with After Prison Show and being such a powerhouse with us.
Yes, sir. I like to say also too, Joe. I forgot to tell you. Look, I had got I'm gonna start on a men brand, right?
I was gonna ask you about that. Like, where's the men's line at?
Yeah, look, Last Adam Apparel, right? I had to explain that to you, right?
Last what?
Last Adam Apparel.
Okay.
But I had to talk to you about that, right? You'll see the significance behind it, right? But like I say, I said, why not rock my own brand? I said, I got Polo and everything else, the Yeezys and everything else. I said, why not rock my own brand?
There you go. Look at that.
I mean?
And you got the college shirt. That's nice. After Prison Show ain't even got no college shirts, man. So we might need to pick up a thing or two from what you got going on. Darnell, real pleasure to see you.
Yes, sir, Joe.
Thank you so much for showing off the brand.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolute pleasure. I look forward to talking with you again real soon, Darnell. And real quick before we wrap this up, as always, anything you want to say to people?
I would like to say just that, your best days are ahead of you, regardless of what state or condition you're in right now. I just want to say that, things will look up for you, just hang on till, till things change for you. Be encouraged because there are people out here who want to see you make it, who want to see you win. I want to see you win. Joe wants to see you win. And like I said, we're out here, we're trying to do it. And to let you know that if we can come from such negative environments, but yet come out here and grow to be a success, then you can too. Put away any excuses. Put away any inferiorities, put away any limitations and any boundaries. It's time to do this thing. And I just want to thank you, APS family, as always. Thank you for all those positive comments from before, the encouragements. I just want to let y'all know that, look, y'all the best. Continue to support Joe because this brother is out here doing it. I started to ask Joe, he got some Jamaican in it, but this Joe got about 5 jobs. But nevertheless, though, right, I just want to say, peace, God bless. And I look forward to seeing you with Black Chick Apparel on.
Damn right.
All right.
Darnell.
Yes, sir.
Look forward to talking with you again real soon.
Yes, sir.
That Jamaican thing was pretty funny.